Everybody, here we are at Manufacturing Matters in Boston at the Autonomous Mobile Robotics and Logistics Conference, which is co-located with the Vision Show here in Boston. And I'm lucky enough to be with Patty Katsaros, Director of Marketing Operations at Locus Robotics. Thanks for being with us, Patty.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So Patty, this is one of the first times we've had a chance to talk. Tell us a little bit about Locus Robotics.
So Locus Robotics is a automation solutions provider, and we help e-commerce companies and third-party logistics companies really increase their productivity with a robotics automation solutions that help e-commerce people in warehouse logistics essentially help improve the productivity for their picking operations.
Fantastic. So you obviously have a lot of the AMR hardware that we've seen at the booth also, but you do, I think, some warehouse optimization interfacing with the WMS. Can you tell us a little bit about the zone?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's great. We take the information from WMS system, the picking, the orders, and it all goes into our system, and we optimize the picking paths. And essentially the people stay in zones and the robots come to them and they direct them picking. They tell them exactly what to pick, where the people stay, the robots come, they pick, the robots go, and they go to the next station or they go to the pack out. And it really helps to optimize and increase productivity. And we see our customers, we have customers all over the world, over 200 deployments worldwide. And we've seen them increase productivity 2 to 3 times in a matter of like 6 months. It's pretty crazy, and they have to make no changes to the infrastructure in order to deploy our robots.
Which has been one of the biggest drawbacks to AMR solutions, right? Where you had to go with magnetic strip or some other type of navigation system. But Locus, how is Locus overcoming those challenges?
Well, we use SLAM navigation, and the robots create maps themselves, so there's no infrastructure changes. And really, you just put them in, and we really offer this white glove treatment where we deploy, we develop a concept of operations, we help to, so the founders of Locus started at a third-party logistics company. And so they took all of that deep knowledge and built a robotics company. So it's really, it was all about the logistics and the operations and how to optimize it. So starting with that foundation,
exactly. An awful lot of engineering.
Exactly. So we bring to bear all of that deep knowledge and learning, and now with every, we've grown and improved productivity for all kinds of different warehouses, from small to enterprise level, like a DHL, for example. And so there's a lot of stories that you can find all over on our website, on social media, to help learn how we can actually help other companies.
So you're not just working with the big carriers, the big national and internationals too. You've got a solution for some of the smaller retails and the regional distribution centers? Yeah,
absolutely. That's the great thing about the solution, is you can get it up and running in weeks.
That was going to be my next question, actually. So if someone contacts you, it's a very consultative sale. You said white glove, so obviously there's a little bit of hand-holding through the process. What if a customer comes to you and says, okay, I've got 100,000 SKUs, what is the actual time to production, time to commissioning, I guess, of the system usually?
Boy, it can be as fast as 2 to 3 months. From the time where we've worked it through exactly what it's going to be to deployment, it can be months, sometimes weeks. It's incredible, but we really do take a lot. And the reason that the deployments go so smoothly is because there's a lot of time in the front end to work through the concept of operations, to really understand what the challenges are, and to ensure that they're going to get the fit and the ROI that they want. Because if it's not a good solution for them, we won't work with it. If it's not going to give the return the fast.
Can't be successful.
Yeah, we say speed to value is one of the things we say a lot. That's really important to us. And if it's not going to help them immediately, then it's not worth moving forward.
Now, I would assume that a lot of that pre-planning and that strategic development in the early part, that probably also helps you to field the solution that's customized without really having to get in the middle and slow down their operations for long periods.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not like e-commerce or warehousing right now can slow down.
Right. And then another wonderful thing, and because of e-commerce and how, think about peak periods, that happens around, say, the holiday times, with with Locus, there's two things working where we do robots as a service. So there's very limited upfront costs.
Right.
And you kind of pay for what you need, and then it's always improving, and you always have the latest equipment, the latest software. It's all included, and all of our service is included.
Right.
But also we offer peak programs where if you need to flex up for a period of time during peak and have 20 more robots for your system, we have a service that will bring in 20 and then we'll take them away if you don't need them anymore. So it really allows that flexibility that's so critical for e-commerce operations.
Now this may be a left field question, but I got to ask anyway. So what's the fastest someone has achieved payback? I mean, the leasing, lease to own, the RAS, that takes a big part of the CapEx out of the operation. So.
I mean, I've heard, I'm not on the sales front end and the front lines, but I mean, I've heard 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, I mean, it's fast.
Fantastic.
It's fast.
Right.
Absolutely.
The planning is almost like the precursor to getting payback. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's incredible how fast and how happy, and we have many stories. And we don't just have like some testimonials, but we have a lot of companies that want to go on record and talk about how much, not only how the company loves the robots, but I think more importantly, how the associates love the robots. And we get a lot of, because they're really the most important part of it, is they're happy because it makes their jobs a lot easier. They go from walking, 7 to 10 miles a day to, cut that by 1/10. I mean, they go home with more energy at the end of the day, and it's a lot better place to work because they're not just pushing heavy carts all day. They're standing around, they're working with technology. They become robot wranglers, and they enjoy working with them.
I wish we had some statistics on what that means for retention, because I know in warehousing operations, the biggest problem is turnover. Human asset, human capital turnover. So anything that can really improve that culture has got to be
absolutely. I've even heard some of the customers I've talked to. I've heard that they'll use it as a training. It's so easy to get going and work with. We offer multi languages. We offer, because it's a Bluetooth, so they wear a Bluetooth tag, and as soon as they walk up to the robot, it knows it's that individual associate, and it'll change languages if needed. French, they'll change to Spanish. It'll change whatever it might be. Very easy to work with. It's very prescriptive and directive, so that companies they'll bring on new employees and they'll train them on the robots to help train them on the entire operation, because it's so easy they're so easy to work with.
Now, tell me a little bit, if you would mind, about the Waypoint acquisition.
Sure. So Locus is very focused on warehouse operations, expanding within the four walls. The e-commerce typically kind of go in 100-pound, smaller each picking. But with the acquisition of Waypoint, it brought on higher capacity robots. So now you can think about case picking. The robots can move carts. We have Vector that'll actually pick up and move carts. We have Max, which can handle 3,000 pounds. So you can now do case picking, or you can do pick to pallet. There's a lot of opportunities that opens up within the warehouse, and then even beyond, expanding into industrial and potentially manufacturing applications as well.
Are you guys able to, does that eliminate the need for an AGV or an automated forklift, or is that something maybe a next phase down the road?
It really depends. I think, possibly, certainly for AGV, where you don't have to put lines in the floor and that kind of stuff. With the forklifts, it could work together with the forklift, where the forklift could be used to put things on and off the robot potentially. Sometimes those high bay forklifts can stay in the high bay area and then marry with a robot, and then the robot takes it away. We've seen it where it keeps it, whether it's automated forklifts or just manual forklifts, keeps them on the perimeter because they're very dangerous, and then you have the robots interior because they're a lot safer and more consistent.
So is that usually the supervisory software, is the WMS system in that case?
Yes. Yeah.
And I bet you Locus has spent a lot of time and effort developing your software.
Well, I guess technically the WMS is where all the orders are going into. And then we're getting that information, and then our system is the supervisory in terms of the robotic solution. If that's kind of what you meant.
Yes, I was wondering who would be interfacing the AGVs with the Locus solutions. those. And I was going to assume. So I knew that you were pulling data from the WMS.
Okay,
for that operation.
Yeah.
And I was just, in terms of Locus's integration with other AGV solutions, if that's something that's, if you have APIs for that, or if that's maybe just handled by the WMS. So, in that case, something that's not really in Locus's primary area of concern.
One of the things that we're doing, and I'm really proud of our work with the Mass Robotics and other companies for the interoperability standard. And those are the types of standards that are going to help those robots work together from other vendors, work together and work kind of on the same. So one company will be able to visualize all different types of robots from different manufacturers. That's going to help with that integration.
So I think since this is the first year at AMR that's been in Boston, it's also the first time I've seen a demo, an on-show floor demo area. And I believe you fielded a couple of demos. Do you want to share?
We did, yeah, we did. So we're showing our Cart Connect capabilities with two of the demos with our Vector picking up. It could easily dynamically pick up a cart, move it, drop it off easily. So that allows for great case picking applications. Really think of all of the areas within a warehouse where people are pushing carts. You can start to now have the robot drive the cart and just have the people picking on and off the carts. So we were demonstrating that as well. And then we participated in the interoperability panel or demo with Mass Robotics and In Orbit. And so we did that as well.
Well, thank goodness you guys are around. So there's a good chance you might actually get our Christmas gifts this year. Perhaps by the end of January, just the way things are going in supply chain, you never know. So is there anything coming down the pipe from Locus? You've got a lot of innovation solutions right there. Is there anything that we should be looking for in 2023? I
think you're going to see us involved in just expanding, like I said, within the four walls of the warehouse, and then outside into industrial manufacturing type applications. But it really kind of opens up and partnering with other companies to, just as you were saying, kind of work together and expand. So you can really offer a total solution for customers from both small but also enterprise level companies.
That's wonderful, Patty.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking some time today. I really appreciate you being on Manufacturing Matters with me.
Yeah, thank you. This is wonderful. This is really fun.
So if anybody's got any questions for Patty or for Locus Robotics, please just give us a shout. Contact us over at TechB2B. Like, share the video here so that we can continue to spread the word that manufacturing matters. Thanks again.
Thank you.